Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to clean up your black and white line work in Photoshop. So here I am in Adobe Photoshop, and right now I have open a file that I just scanned in of a hand drawing. And if I zoom in here, you can see that all of this was drawn by hand. And some of the first things that we notice is that the background of the paper is not white. It's actually kind of a creamish gray color. And the black ink work on here is not really black either. It's more of a gray tone. So the first thing we want to do is fix that. Also, you can see that the scanner kind of left some vertical lines on here that we also want to get rid of. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go under Image Adjustments, and I'm going to desaturate. And all that does is it actually gets rid of all the different hues so that you're left with a pure grayscale image. So all you have is white, gray, and black pixels. Now that that's done, I can go under Image Adjustments and adjust the levels. And levels basically control the output of black and white in your image. So if I just drag the slider to the left, you can see that my darks get darker. And if I drag the slider to the right, left, my whites get whiter. Also, if I drag the slider in the middle, basically my midtones get either darker or lighter. I'm going to go ahead and leave that at 0.5 at the very, or 1 at the very middle. And the first thing I'm going to work on is on my black and white. So I'm going to zoom in here so we can see the effects a little bit more. Okay, so again, Image Adjustments, Levels. And I just want to make sure that that background is white first. So I'm just going to slide this over. And basically you can do it just by eye so that you don't lose too many details. I want to make sure that I don't white it all out. I still want to be able to see the stippling, the nice stippling detail on here. I just want to be able to get rid of those vertical lines from the scanner from before. So now I'm going to slide this one over to make the blacks darker. You can see how that's starting to pop really nicely. And another good way to check whether your background is perfectly white, I'm going to hit OK, is if you use the eyedropper tool. You can just eyedropper in the white space. And you can see here that the value for that is 255 on all red, green, and blue channels, and that means that that is actually a perfect white. I'm just gonna double check all my different areas and make sure I haven't lost any detail that I want. And that actually looks pretty good to me. I also noticed that when this drawing was being done by hand, there's a piece of tape here, and the corner border of the title block didn't get drawn in. I'm going to go ahead and fix that right now. And the way I'm going to do that is actually I'm going to use the stamp tool, which is this one right here. So first I'm going to limit the area of activity to just this area right here with the selection. So that means that any of the work that I do won't go outside of that area. And then with the stamp tool selected, it starts giving me a preview of what it's going to do. And basically what the stamp tool does is it copies pixels from another area in your drawing. So if you hold the Alt key, it'll sample a pixel location. So I click once, release the Alt key, and you can see now that I have that pixel area. It's going to start drawing that wherever I put my cursor down. So I'm just going to line it up right here and just slide that down. And what that's doing for me is just redrawing that same line that's over here. And again, holding the Alt key, I'm going to sample the side, release, and do that for this corner. And actually, I might want to reduce my brush size a little bit, so that we can get into a little bit more detail over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to grab this. Because right now the brush was so big that I was grabbing a little bit of the white space. And again, I'm going to do the same thing and just grab white space to clean this out. And you have to be careful not to continue the stamp to something that you don't want. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. And now we have a drawing that's ready to be imported into Adobe Illustrator. Thanks for watching.